Good morning. Interesting topic. Are you trading one addiction for another? You may not even realize it. I know there were some folks who recently, over the holidays, have been picked up for DUIs. Imagine that. And they have said, in conversation, because they're friends, oh, well, I'm going to cut back. I'm going to stop drinking. Or, I've just decided I'm not going to drink anymore. Well, that's great. I'm really proud of you. And now they've started smoking. That's not good. Let's not do that. Or they've started eating more, they've stopped smoking, and now they're eating more junk food. Well, it's better than smoking. Well, I can't say that heart disease is better than lung disease. They're both kind of a bad deal, Are you trading one addiction for another addiction? People are going, swear to God, from they're going to give up drinking, maybe drugs, then they start smoking. They're going to give up smoking, and then they start eating. They give up, eating junk food and the unhealthy crap, and then they're addicted to sex, online porn. I hate that. That is just, to me, disgusting. And I mean, that's just me. I'm not judging anybody else, but you do what you do, but in my world, that is a huge no-no. And they're just going from one thing to another, to another, to another. The next thing, because I see this so often, they will give it all up and they'll start running or jogging or playing racquetball, tennis, pickleball. They have an addictive personality. There may be some underlying traumas, and we need to address those. Until the underlying issues are addressed, honey, they're going to be bouncing all over the place from one thing to another, to another, to another. Let's get to the bottom of the problem. I hate to see people with addictions, whether it's addiction to tobacco, drugs, unhealthy foods. I hate that because you're poisoning yourself. You may not realize it. And I have commented a couple of times in the past that people think, mistakenly, well, it says diet. Honey, I could hang a sign around my neck that says giraffe. It doesn't mean it's true. Think about it. Aspartame is not healthy. It is not good for you. Processed sugars are not good for you. Junk food is not good for you. Tobacco is not good for you. Excessive use of alcohol is not good for you. There's nothing wrong, even for digestive purposes. A glass of wine is fine. 5 are not so fine. And it's not even a thing of all things in moderation. Smoking? Why would you do that to your poor lungs? They're there for one purpose, to process air coming in and CO2 going out. Why are you making their life tougher? And when those cells die off, they do not rejuvenate. They're dead. They're gone. That's it. Back when I worked in surgical intensive care, I was a nurse, as most of you know. We would get, people in our ward from bypass surgery. We were the first stop. So they roll them in. They're still on a vent, usually, at least till the next morning. During this time, we're suctioning them. They're pretty much zonked out, so they don't have a clue what's going on. Tubes down their throat, breathing for them, thank God. So we have to suction that to get all the secretions out. The secretions coming out of their lungs, it's not blood. It's not just clear fluid. It's black. It looks like tar. It is disgusting. They're smokers. That's what's inside your lungs. It's gross. And you did it to yourself, so you can't blame anybody but you. Don't do that. When you drink excessively, it does so many things to so many parts of your body. It affects your brain. It affects your liver. It affects your pancreas. It affects your stomach, your intestines, and, believe it or not, your joints. It will. It promotes degenerative joint disease. Alcoholism does. So if you don't want to quit for you, fine. You're a grown person. You do what works for you, but let's think about the people around you. If you're a smoker, there is secondhand smoke. If your kids have a lot of sore throats, ear infections, and you're smoking around them, I'm sure they thank you for that because, yeah, that's huge. That is huge. Any pediatrician will tell you, is anybody in the house smoking? And people will say, yeah, but we go outside. We're in the garage. No, you're not. You're on the living room sofa watching TV, having a cigarette. We all know it. Don't do that to your kids. Don't do it to your spouse. If you drink excessively and you drive, come on. Do you really want to be in an accident and take somebody else's life? I'm not saying that you're just going to hit another car. What about the people in the car with you? Office party, you're driving some people home. Oh, you don't need an Uber, I'll drop you off, you're on my way. If there's an accident, you want to be responsible for that? Think about it. And they could have not just a broken leg or lacerations, they could have long-term injuries that they can sue you for because you were driving under the influence. And God forbid they die. Would you want that on your conscience? Yeah, I know I'm being harsh, but sometimes I have to be. It's the mom in me. You got to rattle a cage once in a while. I want everybody happy and healthy. If you have an underlying issue, whether it's smoking, drinking, eating, online porn, let's talk about it, okay? If you don't want to talk to me, I can refer you to any number of people. There are hotlines that you can call. But please get to the bottom of the problem. Come on. You're worth it. You are worth being happy and healthy. You know you're miserable. I know you're miserable. Let's do something about it. Let's start the new year, which is in 2 weeks, on a good foot. Let's go into the new year already practicing healthy behaviors. Okay, please? Just think about it. And yes, I know I'm being mean. I'm good at that. I'm a mom.